Hello everybody, my name is Omar Blanco, and in this video I'm going to be teaching you how to produce a virtual concert using iMovie. Now before we get started, what do you need? Well, the first thing is pre-recorded video tracks, a Mac OS computer, laptop or desktop, no iPads, and iMovie. So once you got all that, go ahead and meet me on your desktop. Alright, so here we are on our desktop, and the first thing we're going to want to do is go ahead and launch iMovie. I usually do it from the Spotlight search up here. Go ahead and type in iMovie, press and launch it for you. So here we are in an empty workspace, and we're going to go ahead and click the plus symbol to create new. Click on Movie, not Trailer. And if you do that correctly, you're going to be prompted with your work area. So the first thing we need to do is add a background. So as you can see up at the top, we have My Media, Audio, Titles, Backgrounds, and Transitions. Go ahead and click on Backgrounds. Now it really doesn't matter which one we select because we're going to be covering it up since we're doing a mini concert. So I'm going to go ahead and choose this red one. I'm going to go ahead and drag it over into my work timeline. And as you can see there, it's sitting and it's telling me that it's about 4 seconds long. So now I'm going to go back to My Media here because it's time to import our videos. So I'm going to go ahead and click on there. And I've already got all my videos nicely set up on my desktop. So I'm going to click on Trumpet 1. You want to make sure that your videos are nicely organized as well. Now, I'm going to go ahead and zoom out here on this drag bar. And then I'm going to grab my video, which is 45 seconds, and place it right on top. So as you can see, my video is way longer than the background and easily fixed. We're going to drag our background over and set it right there. So now they're both the equal size. Now, as you can see, I don't really start playing till midway through this. There's a couple of seconds of just some clicks going on in the background. So I want to delete those. You got to make sure that your first video is the one you want set up like all of your others. So I'm going to zoom back in a little bit so I can see more of my audio. And I'm going to drag from this side now, and I'm going to start chipping away. And I'm going to leave about 4 clicks, and I can see where each click is because it's where the audio waves kind of bump. So I'm going to go ahead and leave a couple of clicks there and drag it back over. And now I'm going to zoom out again just to make sure I got everything nice and set. And go ahead and line it all back up. And there it is. So now we need to make this look like a little virtual concert. So I'm going to click on my video right here. And at the top, we have these different options that we can do. We got some color matches, some different color things, some cropping tools, some audio tools. We want to click on the very first one, and where it says cutaway right here, we're going to drop down that menu and click picture in picture. And automatically iMovie is going to let me place my video exactly where I want. So as you can see, if I placed it right in the center, it's telling me that that is the center, and it divides the screen up into 4 ways for me. So now I'm going to grab from this corner and drag it all the way to my corner. So now I got a nice neat video here that I'll be able to play with and add more videos to. So here we are with our very first video, and what we want to do is go ahead and export this. At the top there is a share button. We're going to go ahead and click there, export file, and we're going to name this part 1. You can delete the description, the tags. You can mess with the resolution as whatever it is that you want it to be, and go ahead and click on next. And again, saving it as part 1 on my desktop, save, and iMovie will slowly render this onto your desktop. Once we're ready to go, we'll come back with the next steps. So my video has just saved. I have not messed with my workspace at all. It's still the exact same workspace. And I'm going to go ahead and click on projects over here in the top corner. So it can take me back to where we first were. I'm going to save it as My Movie. And I'm going to go ahead and create a new project. And we're back to where we started. So now instead of selecting a new background, here's what we're going to do. We're going to click on Import Media. And that part 1 video that I originally started with, I'm going to go ahead and grab that and place it, and that is now going to be my background, and here it is. So I want to import some more media, so I'm going to click right here on this little down arrow, and I can see all of the media that I want to import where it's nicely organized, and here's my Trumpet 2 part. I'm going to go ahead and import selected, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to drag it over, and we're going to place it right on top. Now, How do we get these videos to match? Well, that's very, very simple. First things first is that I want to crop it to make sure that it is going to fit the correct length. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit so I can see all of my clicks and my audio drags. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to make sure I leave it to about 4 little audio waves because I know this is where my clicks are, and that should be pretty much ready to go. And we'll test it right now. But before we do that, here we are with this video, and we're going to do the same thing. Here's our top menu option, the little box. We're going to bring down the cutaway drop down menu, click picture in picture, and now it's allowing me to, again, do the picture in picture we did in the first video. So here's going to be the most intricate step. We're going to want to make sure that this audio lines up. So as you can see, I'm trimming a little bit. What I'm trying to do right now is line up these 2 first waves because that's going to tell me that I'm right on. And if I press play, we should be able to hear that. And it's pretty much good to go. So I'm going to make sure that my end is the same way. I got a little bit of dead time right here, so I'm going to go ahead and just trim that to make sure that it's nice and easy. All right, and we're going to go ahead and do the same thing. Click the share button, export file. I'm going to call this part 2. Delete my description, delete my tags because we don't need those, and click next. Again, it's called part 2, saving it on my desktop. Click save, and now it is rendering it onto my desktop. We'll be back with our next and final steps. So we're back into our workstation. Again, I have not touched anything. This is the last thing that we saved. And now we're going to repeat this process 2 more times with 2 other videos. And as you can see, I'm going to go ahead and let this play in fast forward because it's going to be the same steps. And I'm going to come back to you guys at the very end so you can see our finished product and show you how just by repeating step 2 over and over and over again, you're able to add different videos. Here we go. If everything was done correctly, this should be your final result. Let's check it out.